There was a moment when a single man understood nature more deeply than any other living being. His laws still govern the orbits of our satellites today. And yet, he was born premature, so weak his mother said he could fit inside a quart pot. No one believed he would survive the night. He would go on to transform our understanding of the universe itself. This is the story of Isaac Newton, born on the 4th of January 1643 at Woolsthorpe Manor, Lincolnshire. His father, a farmer of the same name, died 3 months before his birth. At 3 years old, his mother remarried and left him in his grandmother's care. Newton never forgave her. He later wrote that he had thought of burning down her house with her inside. Sent to boarding school in Grantham, he was bullied and deeply lonely. His only comfort was building windmill models and sundials. The signs of genius were already there. No one simply saw them. In 1661, Newton entered Trinity College, Cambridge, not as a wealthy student, but as a sizar, a servant to richer undergraduates, running errands to pay his fees. He read Descartes, Galileo, Euclid voraciously, often through the night. He soon surpassed his teachers, filling the margins of his notebooks with questions no one at the university could answer. Cambridge shaped him, but the true genius was born when Cambridge sent him home. 1665. The plague strikes England. Cambridge closes. Newton, just 23 years old, returns to Woolsthorpe for 18 months. In that enforced isolation, alone at his family estate in the Lincolnshire countryside, he spent the most productive 18 months in the history of science. He would later call it the prime of his age for invention. He invented calculus. He proved that white light contains all the colors of the rainbow, and watching a falling object, perhaps an apple, he realized the force pulling it down is the very same force holding the moon in orbit. Gravity is not local, it is universal. It governs the universe. The apple story is true. Newton told it himself many times in old age. He sat in his garden at Woolsthorpe. An apple fell from the tree. It did not strike him on the head. That is legend. And one question changed everything. Could this force reach all the way to the moon? In 1687, Newton published the Principia Mathematica, the most influential scientific book ever written, 3 laws of motion, and the law of universal gravitation. Every body attracts every other, proportional to their masses, inversely proportional to the square of distance. With one formula, he explained the planets, the tides, the comets, heaven and earth united in a single law. Edmund Halley, the astronomer, published it at his own expense because Newton refused to pay. Newton later became warden, then master of the Royal Mint, and proved a surprisingly ruthless administrator. He believed the currency was a matter of national integrity. He personally hunted counterfeiters. At least 28 were hanged. In 1705, Queen Anne knighted him, the first scientist ever honored for scientific achievement alone. But Newton was hiding something. He wrote over 1 million words on alchemy, more than on physics and mathematics combined. He spent years searching for the philosopher's stone. Mercury poisoning from his laboratory likely caused his 1693 nervous breakdown. He rejected the Holy Trinity. He believed the Bible was a coded history, the last of the magicians, the first of the New Age. Newton died on the 31st of March, 1727, aged 84. Never married, no children, buried in Westminster Abbey like a king, an honor usually reserved for monarchs. Voltaire wrote, "Never before had a mathematician been honored like a king by his own people." The GPS in your phone works because Newton understood gravity. He once wrote, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." Humble words from the man who was himself the giant.